Hey everybody, it's Trey and Jordan. We are here in Sitges today, and we wanted to give you a little lowdown on what we did last week. We got a car. So we got a 2006 Subaru Forester. She's not real pretty, but she runs good.
Wait, what's her name?
Fiona.
Why?
Because it's an ogre.
From Shrek.
So she's got about 240,000 kilometers, which is about 150,000 miles on it, and we got her for $5,000. All right, so we got the car at Wallapop, which is an online, it's basically like Craigslist or something like that, but they use that here in Spain. It was suggested to us by his Spanish tutor, Mikel.
Yeah, it was a company that we got the car from. So when we showed up at this location that he said he was at, I was looking for like a storefront. So it's not a storefront. He just parks the cars outside of a cafe, which honestly was pretty handy. There's a cafe, a gas station, a car wash all right there. But the reason we went with a company instead of just a plain private seller is he's taking care of all of the registration and the name change for us. The car also comes with a 1-year warranty, which is guaranteed throughout the entire EU. So if something breaks down, we don't have to come to Spain to do it. It's good throughout the entire EU, which was super handy for us. So it was just nice to have that little bit of a help.
So why we got the car? We got the car because we're doing the Schengen Shuffle and we need to move countries and we have a dog. So like flying or taking a train or a bus isn't optimal for us, and so we needed to get a vehicle.
And then, you know, we do love to go to the mountains, we love to camp and hike, and there is some public transit that gets to places like that, but not to all the faraway places that we want to go, so a car just makes it easier from that perspective as well. This has been a video that's been a work in progress for a very long time. It took us over a month to get the car, with all of the stuff that you need to do, but in Spain it is pretty cool that they do allow you to buy a car as a foreigner without papers. So yes, there is a lot of steps, but it is possible. So we're gonna kind of break these down for you. I know it's a lot, but it is totally possible. So the first thing you need to do is to get your NIE number. Now, theoretically, you can do this yourself online. You have to get an appointment at specific police stations that deal with foreigners, and it's basically like a social security number for foreigners. However, I looked for over a month before we even left Washington every single day, and I could not get an appointment. I just couldn't get one. So we actually hired a lawyer to get the NIE for us, which definitely cost more money, but was totally worth it. Her name was Laura. She was in Sitges, spoke English. She was absolutely wonderful. We contacted her within a day, got an appointment in her office. All she did was take photocopies of our passports. You have to write a letter saying why you need the number, and it's to buy, a car, to buy property. She wrote it for us. She did all of the paperwork. We just paid her, and then the next week she got us an appointment at the police station. She walks in, handles everything. They immediately give us the NIE document right there and then, no issues whatsoever. And I swear, had we not had her with us, they would have turned us away for something that we did wrong. So highly recommend having someone help.
We had to get our international driver's license. That was, what, 40?
It only costs like $40. You can get it through AAA.
Yeah, so we have to carry that with us, and we have that. It lasts a year, and you can renew it. So that was another thing that we needed to get.
The other thing you need is, I didn't know you needed this. No forums online talked about it, but you do need an empadronamiento for the name change, or La Padrona, which basically is like a registration that you live in a certain city in Spain, which I didn't think you could get without a visa. But we made an appointment at the town hall in Castelldefels, and we took our NIE, and we took our short-term rental that said we were renting a place for 3 months, and they gave it to us right there and then. It was no issue. And then we just gave all of that to this really nice guy who walked us through the process for the car sale, and that was it.
Yep. The other thing that we had to get was insurance. We had a couple hiccups trying to get this figured out, but we ended up finally getting insurance, and I'll let Trey walk you through what happened with that.
Yeah, so this is what happens when, certain words you don't learn in Spanish classes in school, and Google Translate does not understand the meaning of things. So to get insurance, you had to put in your La Matricula. And I was like, I don't know what that is. So I look it up and it says registration. I'm like, well, I don't have the VIN number of the car yet. This was before we had gotten the car. I had a picture of the license plate, but I didn't have the VIN number. And they just kept saying you need the matricula, and I was so confused because I didn't have whatever registration they had. The matricula is the license plate, okay? Didn't know it. It's the license plate. The license plates in Spain stay with the vehicle, always. And that is the registration number they use for everything. So you put that in, and it was no problem. I did eventually find a company that allowed me to pay with a credit card. Qualitas Auto was great. It's not very expensive at all. It's full coverage. It's what's needed in all of Europe. However, most companies require a Spanish bank account, which I didn't have. And Wise, that I've used to pay for everything else here, the IBAN or IBAN, like the bank account number, doesn't start with ES for Spain. It's out of Belgium, I found out. So they wouldn't accept it with any of the regular, like Mapfre, for example. They wouldn't accept that insurance. There is a bank that you can use that's very easy for expats. It's called N26. However, my NIE number was too new to be verified in their system, so it took like a week to get it. So I'm sitting here the night before picking up the car, and I'm like, crap, I need insurance for tomorrow, and I didn't think it'd be a big deal, and start earlier. Yeah, I didn't realize that you needed all of those things. So La Matricula is your license plate. Honestly, just get a Spanish bank account with your NIE. It makes things easier. Or Qualitas Auto does allow the credit card, but that's the only one I could find that would allow me to pay with a credit card.
So a couple of other things that we needed for the vehicle, like stuff that's actually required to have in the vehicle. You're required to carry, of course, your passport, our driver's license from the U.S., as well as our international driver's license, which we'll show a picture of, and our NIE. Those are things that we have to have in the car with us. Our insurance. Safety vests. This is a list of things that I had never thought of, but when you look it up and you're driving from one country to the next, you have to look at each country's requirements for what they require inside your vehicle. So safety vests was one of them. Breathalyzers for I think that was France. France requires breathalyzers, since you have to provide your own. We found some cheap little ones online that will work just fine. A med kit, specifically Germany has a requirement for a certain type of med kit that we had to buy. Orange triangles for traffic reasons.
Safety.
Safety. Milo had to get a little doggy seatbelt because in the EU they require the dogs to be restrained inside the vehicle. We need to get winter tires still, so that's on our list of things to do, as well as chains, because we will be driving. We're headed to Copenhagen, Denmark at the end of November, so we'll be driving in the wintertime, and we're going to need some chains.
Yeah, so
let's see.
The other thing that our car came with already, which was good, you need to look this up, is in Europe, to drive on the roads legally, your car has to have a inspection, and it's done on a certain different time period depending on the age of the car. Right now, if it's a new car, it's like every 4 years. It's called the ITV. If it's a 10 to 20 year old car, it's like every 2 years, I think, and then if it's more than 20 years, it's every year. So ours is good until 2026, at which case it will switch over to every year needing this inspection. However, we learned that even though that inspection is needed anywhere in Europe you go, the inspection has to be done in the country with which the car has plates. And since the car has Spanish plates, we have to make sure that we are in Spain to do this inspection. And you, unlike Spain, other countries don't allow you to register in their country without having like a valid visa. So you can't just switch the plates to whatever country you're in and get the ITV inspection done. You have to drive back to Spain to do it. So if you are shuffling around, that does definitely throw a little kink in like making sure you know where you're at and how many Schengen days you have and can you get back to Spain, because you have to. The other thing I'm still working on is you have to pay road taxes every year to the town hall, and they're supposed to send them to you in the mail. However, like, we're not gonna be here. How am I gonna get them? So I was like, well, can I do a digital mailbox like I do back home, and no, apparently you can't, because these are like certified letters that you have to sign for.
Yeah, they want to sign it.
Now they do have an online database for it through like their version of the DMV. However, you have to have either like national citizenship or like the actual identification card, not just the NIE number. You need the card, which we can't get without a visa. So we don't have the card, so we can't sign up for their email list. So I found some kind of site backdooring my way through Barcelona, and I'm gonna try that. If not, we're gonna try to time it. The taxes, I guess, are due between March and May, so we might time it where we change the ITV to be due then, and just do it early, so then it's on the same time frame as the town hall taxes are due, the ayuntamiento, and then just go in person and be like, we lost the letter, can we just pay now? So it's not impossible, it's just having a car, there's a lot of additional steps that you have to do. But all in all, I mean, the guy we worked with was such a sweetheart. He explained everything so patiently. He always sat down and like bought us a coffee.
Yeah, it's nice to have a vehicle now, but yeah, it comes with a lot of extra stuff that we have to, think about and take care of. But it's okay. We're excited to have a car. We actually got a full carload of groceries the other day instead of just a backpack full on our bikes. So it's nice. I like Fiona.
And yeah, now we have an appointment to get winter tires on Thursday. And then I'm still working on getting, the headlights are so dark, you can't see anything out of them.
Yeah.
And again, Google Translate is not helping me well, because Carcasas de Focos is how they translate headlight assembly, and that does not exist. The mechanic hung up on me this morning. He said I was wasting his time. Aside from the mechanic, everyone else has been very nice and patient with me, but that mechanic was like, you're stupid, I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm still trying to figure out where to get those. That's the other difference is, like, back home you just go to a mechanic and it's like a one-stop shop, and here, I mean, there might be some of those, but most of the ones I see are like the place we're getting the tires is like a tire place. They don't do anything else, they just do tires. And then we had to get a spare key made that we're still working on getting made. It didn't work.
Yeah, it's too big.
Too big. But like, it's just a key place. So you have to find like the little shops that do, and then they specialize in it. So that's in the works.
Yeah. So that's everything that we had to do to get our vehicle here in Spain. But we did it. We got it done.
So you can do it too. It's not impossible. There's a lot of steps, but it's not impossible.
Yep. Let us know if you have any questions.
Yeah.